Everyone else is pretty standard. And so far on the map, I don't see any fighting over vehicles. So I think everyone's going to get to their destination A-okay.
Yeah, I think the only area that might have any potential early scuffles is like the Na'Vi Howl. But I don't, even then, I think that's very unlikely.
Well, attempted sends towards Impala, which is on the far east side. 17 Xiaobei is getting crashed by Danawa. They might actually want to commit to it now. Salute trying to go for the drive-by, almost takes Xiaobei out, but Xiaobei survives with 14.
Yeah, just barely not able to get Xiaobei. You can see the rest of 17 driving at a compound not too far away. The real question here for Danawa is, can they get rid of Xiaobei and keep Salute alive? No, here come the reinforcements. Suju and Chao Didi. Soul trying to do something about it, but Soul there lost his balance for a second, and Onyx going to be good for one. Xiaobei with the sawed-off gets Loki, and now it is one up here for Danawa. Just an Onyx, and he goes down. 17 Gaming come in and wipe out Danawa.
You can't really blame them too much. They had a lot of hard choices in front of them, but Danawa, yes, they do go out first. Third Eye, we're looking at the engagements.
Twisted Minds coming in towards Howl. Ruin trying to back up Schofield, takes a headshot. Twisted Minds trying to breach through the defenses of Howl here. Ruin just scrambling to get upstairs, it looks like. Spyro with a great shot, going for another, gets some damage, doesn't get the re-knock.
Playing on the outside, but it's really good damage coming here from Howl. Lou was trying to break it onto the indoors and was able to make it work, and Na'Vi also have an angle onto this, so no one's really coming out of this one alive. We see another fight down in the pit as well. Ascent and Third Eye still can't get away from each other.
Yeah, Perfectix and Spyro still alive for Twisted Minds, but Howl here up on the high ground in the second story, and that is going to be Third Eye taken down by Ascend. Back over to this fight. Howl with Apocalypse on the cross here, he can kind of keep Twisted Minds pinned on this first floor as best as he can, and that could potentially give Howl a really good setup for the situation.
I mean, both teams ended up in this position because of that lane pressure under the Soniqs compound means that this is likely to be in the center of the next circle. But the fact that they're fighting each other means that no one's really going to be able to hold that well, and it's all just like Na'Vi just third-partying that position. Grenade coming out, Apocalypse is going to go down. He was prone, but still not enough.
Yeah, that's huge for Twisted Minds, for Perfectix. That's a free point as well. There's nothing Howl can do about that from the windows up in the top of this house. Ruin there with all that smoke in the way, can't see any of the Twisted Minds players. Spyro here catches him right in the back. It's a backstab onto Ruin, and he is down. And now it is just Schofield trying to do something to recover. It looked like such a good fight for Howl, but now he's the only one alive.
And even though that compound is likely to remain really strong in this circle, Na'Vi and Soniqs aren't pushing it because they know that it's going to be torn apart by each other with the cross over the open field. But Gen.G, they don't have the same worries. They're coming in from an angle that they know is relatively free, so they're going to be crashing onto this. The revive is going to be coming through, but for Perfectix, no time to go for the med kit just yet.
Spyro going to throw a grenade at the feet of Pio, and it catches him going up the stairs. Perfectly placed, might have even bounced up the stairs a bit. Pio still taking damage. Now another knock at Shao Didi onto Taemin. Just Foxy alive for Gen.G. They tried to time this crash, but they were a bit too late before Twisted Minds was able to recover and get utility back in hand, and there's nowhere Foxy can go right now. Everybody is watching these houses.
I don't really blame Gen.G because where else can they play on that north side, but they do get punished by all the other more healthy teams at range, but that hard shift to the northwest, Gen.G might have wished they stayed up in that air direction because look at Cerberus's immediate spread. Duckmai is actually taking that compound, but Na'Vi focus on this building. They're trying to follow up onto Twisted Minds into Gen.G.
There we go, Perfectix with a Saiga, gets Example down. Example trying to scramble to safety. Should have that door covered, he's got another. Mel is down as well. Now Na'Vi trying to be opportunistic, maybe paying the price. Taemin's still alive there for Gen.G. They do lose Pio in the process. Spyro now trying to come through the door, opens the door, but Ali is ready with a pump of his own. This time around, it's not going so great. Perfectix is storming the barricades, and he's going to be shot down. There's going to be Uba alive. Here comes Foxy trying to finish the job. Oh! He can't do it in the drop shot, but fortunately Taemin is there. Oh boy, Uba almost pulling a rabbit out of the hat.
Oh, still did a lot of damage, but no one else is going to be crashing that compound just yet. And here's going to be a fight of people trying to exit Impala. It's two teams, and Ascend might be trying to gatekeep.
Ghibli under pressure from a couple different angles. Ascend and Tianba stuck in between them. It's Chris who's going to flank out now as the circle did drift. Hard shifted up to the northwest. You expected it was going to go one way or another. This is the most popular compound in the circle by far. SDK, it's their turn to try to crack it. So far, it's been changing hands. Now Gen.G's Foxy up top it's Taemin actually who gets that first knock. They're going to immediately rush downstairs, trying to see if they can catch SDK off guard. They're going to get one. It's only Foxy alive. Vegas trying to outdo him, cannot. It's actually actually Tiggleton who gets involved, but it's going to be just barely SDK winning.
SDK survive. I don't know how many of those revives are going to be able to get because of the Soniqs angles that just dealt so much damage to them. But here, Ciampa versus Ghibli, forcing themselves in. Glass is down. Heaven taken very, very low. Almost dropped 77, but it's going to be Chris again. Ascend just vulturing around this spot for the kills.
Love the way Ascend is playing this. This is so smart right now.
Yeah.
Knowing that they have the better position on the edge of the circle. Yumin here for Ghibli. As good as Heaven was at salvaging points for Ghibli in game number 1, Yumin can't really find any safety and gets taken down by Brexco.
But now Ciampa knows there's the last, at least one member of Ascent remaining, but they're just going to get in their vehicles and send it on in. The 2 members of Ascent who are already at that rock face, not in a position to really contend that, and that's okay. I think they just want to go for a little bit of safety now as we have 25 seconds left, but can these last 2 members of Ascend make their way through? Breck's not even stopping for the final teammate because it is that dangerous, that much fire from Luminosity on the north. This is a nice dip, but they want to stay here.
Yeah, this is interesting. Saki and Cerberus still have a bit of overview on this position because of that high ground. Mika as well getting involved with that SKS. Emas trying to do what he can to put some more damage down through the smokes, and everybody is shooting into LG right now. Mime gets another knock.
Why is Mime out there? Mime really playing like BO right now. I mean, it's a good angle, it's a good opportunity. Can't blame Luminosity for trying to take this spot, but they're just getting peppered by so many different angles. It was really their only safe play, but even then, it's just falling apart.
Emas just fishing, seeing if anything will reveal itself through that smoke.
It's Chris at the ready, potentially with an angle to sort of follow up the Soniqs damage. It is Kickstart with the first knock, so that just shows that Cerberus are now, they had the strong position, now they are ducklings in this field.
Oh, it's Chris, just got a big double, and now Cerberus with Saki so beaten up on that field, can't really help out. It is just on the boys at the bottom, and they're done. They are in a lot of trouble right now as Cerberus just has Saki left. Tycon is basically dead to rights. What a hold there. It's Chris, completely unnoted in that shack by Cerberus, it feels like.
And it was just a dry run to get up there, if you remember. In fact, it's even Mika on the opposite shack, on the opposite angle. So Ascent just still playing this aggressive as if they were a full 4-man squad. They're not giving up any room, any space to the stronger teams in terms of manpower.
And this is huge for Luminosity because now there's a little bit of extra space for them. They don't have to worry about Cerberus kind of jockeying for these positions. It is going to be Xiaobei going down here as 17 eventually just opted to try to play edge, play for kills, and see what they could get out of that.
We're going to be fighting each other for the win.
Well, it's Chris was able to get out of the shack, so step 1 complete. Now he's got to get into the circle somehow. The Soniqs trying to move. It's Chris. Takes a ton of damage when he tries to peek up over that rock. Soniqs going to fan out towards that hillside. HWin on the backside going to be watching from the anchor position just to make sure it's as safe as they can. And out the Soniqs want to wipe LG out. Tons of damage to Relo. Flood so low. Tiggleton finds the spray, gets the knock. Relo literally at about 1 HP here. Those grenades very likely to finish the job. He got the heal up. They're still good enough. Nice throws.
The double up is what did it. And now the 3 teams remaining. Soniqs taking that position now. HWin now following up with the vehicle. He was playing on the long Overwatch spot, but it is no longer necessary because they have a wide hillside to fan out across, and with Chris eliminated 4 versus 3, SDK have been trying to fan out themselves, but the Soniqs are just faster and they have better terrain to play with.
He gets there.
Oh! Just barely misses it, stalls a bit short, takes a lot of damage, and he's gonna have to prone behind a vehicle. That's a potential knock for STK, but Shrimzy onto Vegas. That's the opener that Soniqs needs.
That's huge now. The Soniqs, it's only a 2v4 at this point. HWin gonna lead the charge, taking some damage. Purdy Curdy trying to do what he can to keep the Soniqs at bay, but this gives him the opportunity to get to the hillside, to get within grenade range. But Kurt is really good at grenades himself, but he's been knocked. Just Alo left here. He's still got a Groza, still dangerous in his hands. Alo just gonna be watching up and over. The Soniqs trying to wrap around, trying to close in.
Groza sings, but it's a 1 versus 4. He's going to go for some big knocks here. Still can't quite find the first as Shrimzy tries to entry.
Alo just prones down, but the utility is too much for Alo to bear, and it is going to be the Soniqs taking game number 3 with a 13-kill chicken dinner.
So I can fuck the world for 72 hours.